Hello and welcome to Mobile Friday. Today's game is Dynasty Warriors M. And it's a new game. We're still looking at possible Game of the Year winners for mobile free games. And this is not exactly by Koei Tecmo. I think it's Nexon. I want to really look at this one. If we go down to the bottom, you can see there, Nexon. So we know Nexon isn't exactly an independent game studio, all this data stuff, but what's interesting for me is that there's a lot of in-app purchases, and there's also a small file size. I'm hoping that when we launch it, there is no additional download. The last couple of games have had that issue. With all these in-app purchases, I'm a little worried that is going to be pushing us towards buying stuff. So I'm going into this one a little unsure of what to expect. Let's have a quick look at the pictures. Ooh. So you can see it's still China, but as you see that as a build your city kind of game, so it may not be as much as a Musou type of fighting game. So, you and I, let's see what happens when we start the game for the first time. So here we go. Don't allow. There's Nexon. Don't know those, but definitely know Koei Tecmo. There's a big headquarters in Yokohama here. Oh no, you see that? That's over 4.5 gigabytes. By putting megabytes at the end, we kind of tried to lessen the blow. But I do have to give them credit. It does say using LTE, which is like 4G or 5G network, may result in additional fees. Yeah, 4.5 gigabytes is a lot of data. So at least we have the option. So I'm playing this on Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Hopefully we get some cool video in the background. Well, walking music, but not much else. Oh, that's a short video as well. What I'm probably going to do is just fast forward for you guys, so you'll join in when the download finishes. So I'll see you in a couple of minutes. So the download finished. It's now installing it. It took over 7 minutes to download all that data. And that's with a fairly fast internet connection with really good Wi-Fi. So imagine if you tried to do this on 4G. It could take a little while longer. Which begs the question, can a game with an additional download at the beginning qualify for Game of the Year? I'm going to have to wrestle with that because there have been a few good games, but yeah. So it's weird because that little sequence didn't use the full screen, and now this one does, and this one has. You can see there's the island. It's an iPhone Pro 14, so yes, I got the dynamic island to worry about. I'm going to log in. So, what are we going to sign up with? What does it want? Okay, you saw me tap it. There we go. Facebook, Apple, Nexon, Google, 9. And play with guest account is, as you can see, not highlighted. So should we continue as guest, or should we try with an actual login? So, okay, we'll fast forward. I'll sign in with my Apple stuff here, and then I'll catch you on the other side of that. So therefore, sign up with an Apple ID is simple. Apple takes care of it basically. It says, here's your name. Do you want the game to send stuff directly to your email, or do you want us to intercept it and then forward it on to you? So I get them to accept it. The formula I have is that I live quite close to Yokohama in Japan, so often these games do default geographically to not just geographically, but also the store. I downloaded this from the Japanese iTunes store, so as you can see, I got Japanese stuff. So I'm going to just say agree to all. Okay. Bottom left it says Japan. Top right we've got switch servers. So not useful. Okay, let's start. Again, you saw me tap it and nothing happened. So dynamic island, there it is. Ooh, cool little sequence. Drag to move or tap the skill. So ooh, very flashy. Okay, so the skills do have a countdown on them. So in terms of Dynasty Warrior games, I have played a lot of the Gundam ones. I've played some of the PS2 Warriors. I've done on the site Dragon Quest, but actual Dynasty Warrior games has been a long time. So we do have an elemental thing here. Ooh. Okay, a little bit more mystical than perhaps it used to be. Not saying that it was particularly sensible in the first place, but I can't believe they're actually leaning into the Musou thing. They can use a powerful attack, but where is that powerful attack? Ah, there it is. Hold. Okay. Okay, so I had to press it twice for some reason. Graphically, not too bad. Definitely more than a PS2. I would hazard a guess as like a PS3 level. The controls, there's no vibration. It lacks that. So, top right, skip or manual. I'm going to switch it from manual to auto, and we'll see if that remembers it. Can't remember what we played recently, but one of the games did not remember I selected auto. Oh, I can... Yes, I was just about to say, this is how I imagine this was going to be done. The castle's been destroyed, so now we've got to rebuild it. There begins the loop of one part of the game. Load all out, yeah. Ah, nice. Quick squad picks the best one. That's what I like to see. Loading's not too bad. Again, dynamic islands there. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any visible slowdown with having so many my teammates on screen as well as enemies. I didn't notice any slowdown. This is doing well. Now, these rewards doesn't tell us, but can we hold them? We can. This is what I like to see. So many games give you rewards but don't tell you what they are, or how to use them, or when to use them. But at least here, it hasn't told us itself, but we can tap them, and we can get that information. So that is good. Go to city. I don't mind it kind of forcing us to do stuff like this in the beginning. With tutorials, I'm more of a person who believes in showing how to do something rather than just telling. This is showing and telling us at the same time. I think that would be much more useful for how I would learn. I just hope those loading screens change. So again, Dynamic Island, we can keep an eye on it, it's there. Level 5, sure. Oh yes, quick equip, nice. Oh, that's what that was. Or I should say that's how we use it. Oh, I didn't show you that, but there was a recommend button as well. So it could have give you hints as to what ones to equip on your character. Okay, story mode. And then on the bottom you see we've got all sorts of things blocked at the moment, which is also great. In a game like this, you want them to slowly introduce things, slowly tell you what does what. I would perhaps like to have access to the options to change graphics and stuff, but again, this is the game showing you the tutorial, playing through the tutorial instead of just having a text box on screen. So I'm all for this. But that also means it's a little slower. So we can do each part, and then if you have to stop playing, you've done a part. You've still done something. I can't scroll the text box. I mean, if someone was saying what was on there, that might be useful, but again, there's the dynamic island, so it's not in the way, but I can't scroll it. But this game is like a month old. I've done enough games on mobile to know that, especially in the beginning, games are buggy.
This ' さらに天変地異や凶作が相次ぎ、民は苦しみの底にあった。そんな中、聴覚という男が現れる。彼は奇襲で太平道を起こし、人々を救済。瞬く間に民の心を掴んでいった。そして中平元年、聴覚率いる太平道は漢王朝に反乱を起こす。頭に黄色い布を巻いた黄巾党が各地で一斉に立ち上がった。後の世に言う黄巾の乱である。朝廷は直ちに乱を鎮圧しようとするが、虚しく敗北を重ねた。400年続いた漢王朝の命運は今まさに尽きようとしていた。
Unfortunately, my Chinese history isn't great, so I can't tell you if this is exactly historically accurate or based on something that happened historically. But at least we're getting great context for why things are happening, and also explains why we can go from battlefield to battlefield, different places during this era, because things were happening across the country. So again, it's offering good backstory and grounding us in the world.
近頃、他の村からむしろを買いに来る商人たちがぱったりとやんだ。やはり騒乱の影響であろう。その日暮らしの我々が心安らかに暮らせるのはいつの日か。こうしていても始まらんな。むしろは村の衆に売り分けてくるとしよう。
何の騒ぎだいこりゃ。
ああ、大使様が義勇兵を集めてるってよ。黄金つったが、例の奴らがここいらにも来るってよ。
へえ、そりゃおっかねえな。
いよいよこの村にも黄金の脅威が迫るか。義勇兵、人々を戦乱より守る兵。私のようなものでも取り立ててもらえるだろうか。
黄金討伐の義勇兵とな。腕に覚えはあれど、今まで軍務に就いたことはござらぬ。ここいらで一兵卒として戦うのも一興か。
へえ、義勇兵を募ってんのか。当てが外れて暇になっちまったしな。黄金退治で暴れるのも悪くねえか。
大変だ、黄金が来たぞ。もうこの村の
Convenient.
どうすんだよ。今から助けを求めたって間に合わねえぞ。
みんな落ち着け。こうなっては戦って村を守るしかあるまい。黄金も我らが戦うとは思っていないはずだ。その隙をつけば勝機は見える。
俺たちだけじゃ戦うなんてとても無理だ。ありったけの蓄えを出して頭下げるほかねえよ。
なんだってわしらの村に。早いとこ逃げる準備をしねえと。
誰か私と共に村のために戦う者はおらんのか。
そこの御仁、その心意気見事。拙者も同道し黄金を懲らしめようぞ。
ちょうど暴れたいと思ってたところよ。俺も行くぜ。
そんなただはここらでは見ぬ顔だがありがたい。私と共に村を守ってくれ。
Did you notice that it remembered that I wanted auto story? That's great to see. Oh, I missed what that said. Well, let's hit auto. So yeah, I can... Okay, I'm not touching anything. The game's doing this.
村に安寧を取り戻すぞ。協力に感謝する。私は龍玄徳。そなたらのような異常婦と戦えて心強い。
拙者は関雲
They even did the Muso mode, I think, is what that is. Yeah.
以後お見知りおきください。
Cool. So, if you're playing this on mobile and like you're commuting, there are going to be times where you may not be able to have both hands on the phone. You can quickly hit auto, let it do its thing, and when you're able to sit back and focus back on the game, it's really waiting for you. So I'm going to let it play out until we can focus to see if there's actually any slowdown or anything like that. So I didn't notice any issues. It's like a solid frame rate all the way through.
なんてこった。こんなにすげえ人が世の中にいたなんて。顔洗って出直してきやつ。だから次会った時は古文にしてください。
I remember, I still remembered auto is turned on. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to hit options and see if that's a pause button. It is. Okay. Options is pause. Enemy on. Show player health bar. Sure, let's see how health are. Direction, damage, text, sound. No options for languages here, so we're going to have to stick with the English subtitles. But nothing also about like vibration. Again, there's no vibrating on the phone. It perhaps would have been nice, because visually we're not seeing when we're being hit clearly. There's so much happening on screen. Our character isn't really staggering, or there's no vibration on the phone to see when we're being hit. But at least now I've got the health bar on. You may be able to see it a bit clearer visually. So we're looking in the middle, not exactly top left where the health bar is also put. Look at that KO on the right there. Ooh. Sorcerer. He's just changing the camera. I think number 1 works best for me. You go to 3, you do zoom out a little bit more so you can probably see a little bit more. Let's perhaps keep it like that for now so we can have a better look at the playing field. Ooh, we're taking the damage here. So let's, again, not intervene. Let's see what happens if we lose. Oh, we don't lose. Huh, cool.
皆安心してくれ。この村を狙った黄金は我らが打ち果たした。
なんだって？本当にあんたらが？
嘘ついてどうなるんだよ。散々打ち負かしたからな。しばらくは攻め込んでこないと思うぜ。
うん。すべてはこの御人が戦おうと呼びかけたおかげ。皆、礼ならば劉備殿へ申すがいい。
あのむしろ売りの劉備が俺たちを助けてくれたのか？ありがとう劉備。この礼は必ずするぜ。
いや、私は当然のことをしたまでだ。礼などどうして受け取れよ。皆が何者にも脅かされず無事に暮らせるのが私には何より幸せなのだ。
聞いたか、縁妃と長妃よ。この時世に民の幸せを第一に考えるとは。
あちこち見てきたが、あんなやつ初めてだぜ。それに敵にビビらねえ度胸はあるし、腕もなかなかときた。
ただものではなさそうだな。
ああ、面白いやつに出会えたもんだ。
Well, let's take back control and semi-auto. Let's stick manual. Let's see. Let's get back in. Let's see if this has controller support. Maybe in a controller I'd be able to get that more tactile feedback that I'm missing. Didn't do anything. Oh, who knows who? Yeah, looks like the computer might know a bit better than me. No real like dodge. Oh, I wasn't close enough. Actually, that bottom one on the right might be dodge, but it doesn't it recharges basically. It's not one you can always use. Oh, you see that arrow going past? That was a cool effect. My health's getting low, so I'm swapping in the other characters. You could say that's something that the computer didn't do, was use the other characters. It only stuck with one. I'm gonna have to change again, aren't I? At least the changing the characters is really nice and fluid. It almost felt natural to do it in the battle. It happened right at the right times. And we didn't lose anyone. Oh, back? Okay.
そなたらはあの考察を見ていたようだが、義勇軍に入るおつもりか。
まだわからぬ。だが強く心が動かされたことは確かだ。この混沌の世を正し、乱に苦しむ人々を少しでもこの手で救えるのならば、義勇兵として立つのも良いかと思っている。
立派なこと考えてんな。俺は自分の腕っぷしを生かして暴れる連中を乗せるなら義勇兵もいいと思ってよ。
なるほど。拙者は流浪に飽き、寄る場所を得たいと思案していたところ、考察が目に入り申した。
志は違えど、我らは考察のもとに集った同志だ。どうであろう。三人で共に義勇兵に志願するというのは。
お、俺は構わねえぜ。なんだがおめえらとなら気が合いそうだしよ。
うん、拙者も同じ思いにござる。では共に参りましょうぞ。
ああ、そんなにせくことはねえじゃねえか。せっかくお近づきになったんだ。一杯くらいやっていこうぜ。
そうだな。私ももっとそなたたちのことを聞いてみたい。
では酒場に向かうとしましょう。積もる話はその場にて。
It's weird. We've got this story, but we're not playing as them.
公金を追っ払った時にただものじゃねえと思ったが、おめえすげえやつだったんだな。
遠い血筋の話だ。今はこの通りむしろ売り日々を暮らしている。
なんだってそのむしろ売ってただけのおめえが急に村を守ろうだなんて言い出したんだ。まさか血筋だからだとか言わねえよな。
それもある。だがあの時はただこの村を皆を守りたいという思いでいっぱいだったのだ。
戦での自らの生死よりも民を守ることを選ぶとは、なんという御人か。
まったく大した野郎だぜ。こんな奴に出会うことになろうとは世の中わからねえもんだな。
私もお二人のような異常婦に出会えて光栄の至りだ。先の戦での勇猛ぶり、実に見事であった。
我らがここで出会ったこと、何やら典型によるものと思えて仕方ありません。
おう、 偶然にしちゃ俺たち妙に気が合うよな。
うん、私も良き巡り合わせだと感じている。
そこでどうであろう。我らここに兄弟のちぎりを結ぶというのは。
お、そいつはいいじゃねえか。俺は乗るぜ。おめえらとはなんかでけえことができそうだ。
兄弟？そなたたちとか。だが私のようなもので本当に良いのか。
何言ってやる。俺たちはおめえ、いや兄者の志のもとに集まったんだぜ。
さよう。我らが長兄は劉備殿を置いて他にはありますまい。のう弟よ。
なんだ。俺が一番下かよ。
わかった。これから先よろしく頼む。
そうと決まれば場所を変えて誓いの儀を行いましょう。どこか良いところがあれば良いのですが。
それならばこの村の桃園がよかろう。ちょうど今自分花が咲き誇り、実に見事な眺めだ。しかし不思議なものだ。出会ったばかりのお前たちとこうして兄弟のちぎりを交わそうとは。
時を要さずただ心でつながり合う、それが縁というものであり絆というものでござる。そうであろう縁と長妃よ。
欲得だ。兄弟ってんなら肩肘あったのはなしにしようぜ兄者。
うん、そうだな。欲得の言う通りだ。
じゃあ杯と行こうぜ。
うん、
おい。
我ら義にて結ばれし三兄弟、生まれた時は違えど
死ぬ時は同じ年、同じ月、同じ日を願うぜ。
いざ行かん、金の世を目指して。
おう。
It's a little weird that the video sequence is all kind of widescreen, so it doesn't fit the iPhone screen. And I have to imagine that's so it's fits on the most number of phones. That would be my guess anyway. Again, it just feels strange that we've got those three that we just did the story for, but we didn't play as them. It's a little bit of a disconnect that the game hasn't really addressed yet. Or if it has, I've failed to get it. Alright, so we've got a gacha mechanic. Ooh, scroll. That's a cool way of doing that. And the game explains this by saying these are officers we're basically hiring. So, that's a cool sequence. So I can get behind how they do the gacha in this game. At least in universe, we're hiring officers, and it kind of fits. These are nice little flashy intro sequences. Ah, duplicate. Wonder if it will tell us what to do with them. Graphically, I've been thinking about this. It's not quite PS3, it's not quite PS4, it's like a PS3.5 or maybe early PS4 graphically. The textures and the fine detail makes me think it's PS4, whereas the backgrounds make me feel like it's PS3. It's very difficult to place, like in a console generation, where it is. But on an iPhone, it does look really good. As I say with all these mobile fighter videos, I'm using TV out, so what I see on my screen is not quite what you see in the video because of the limitations of the lightning port on the iPhone. if I had a new iPhone with the USB-C port, then maybe we'd get something a little closer. On my screen I have a bit more colour, a bit more vibrancy, whereas for you guys it's a little bit more muted. There it is, consume officers. So let's do that. So yeah, I knew we had one of him, but I didn't know how it was going to separate them. I couldn't remember if he was SR or SSR. So, oh, preview. That's nice. Oh, that's cool. Quick extend does everyone for you. Yeah. I like that. So what's his... anything else we can do? There's a retired one on the left there. I wonder how we use that. There's a whole tree of things to build for this. Upgrade each of these to level 1. So it's definitely a mobile game with lots of different parts to it. It's got the story mode, the fighting, it's got the gacha, it's got the castle, and now conquest. Now, are we playing this or are we sending out our characters, our officers to deal with this? On the left, combat power 3735, and on the right, for the enemy 3260. So we're fine. Missing feedback. That's the only thing really missing from this battle sequence. But it's quite possible there's more things on screen, as in buttons to press, than there are buttons on a typical controller. Gold. I thought it was gold. I just want to make sure. It's a different shape. Alright, so rewards for doing this. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to put the phone down and I'm going to grab the controller and see if it does work. It's a blue Xbox Series controller. I really like this blue. Well, it's connected. Okay. Left stick, right stick. Oh, that did something. Why is it all gone much more Japanese than I expected? Put the controller down and deal with this. It could be that they haven't fully translated the game. Like I said, it's only a month old. Let's start up here. So this is shortcuts to basically what's on the screen at the bottom. It's not menu. Oh, excellent. Claymore. All sorts of goodies here. Well, we haven't unlocked everything just yet. It's still Musu mode. But let's have a look at some of these other things we've got here. On the right side, we've got this 1 of 1. What's that? Oh, it's building. Okay. Yeah, let's do the castle. That's that. Along the bottom, we've done those. Recruits, let's hit that. So we could use gold for that. Or that one. We get a free one. Is it just one character? Or one set of 10? One character, that's fine. I have enough to do 2 more 10s of that. Tactics a little different. They haven't, and you see the bottom element hasn't been unlocked yet either, so we haven't done enough of the game for that. So let's see what this season pass is. Okay, we get something for free. Claymore. No rewards. Then why is it open and available to click if there's nothing to get from it? So, but you can see it's season 2 or past 2. So it's already done 1 event. Basically signing in. And it trying to get you to do more things. Okay. Let's get that claim. Cash shop. So this is the shop. My profile picture. This may be hidden in case there's personal information there. So in there is game settings. So game settings. So we can switch this to English if we wanted to, but I'll keep it as is for now. Near the end of the video. Graphics high. Let's change resolution to high. Nothing about controlling, as in using a controller. And it didn't want me to restart the game to get high graphics. Well, we're doing the Conquest. So let's try the second one. I'll get the controller back and let's see if we can get this to work before the end here. So yes, that's left stick controlling. Back from the beginning. Alright, A is the battle's so short, so I didn't have enough time. A was dodge, so they had a countdown on that, so I couldn't use that anymore. I was then pressing X, and I didn't know if X was the basic attack or not. I think it might have been. Oh, I'll touch the screen with my finger. I should just try the phone, the controller. So I can't do anything here. I have to touch it with my finger. I can't do anything here, other than back out, which is what happened the last time. But I can move controller here. So That's R2. That's R1. So the shoulder buttons have been assigned stuff. Yeah, so you can use a controller. It does work for battles. But you're gonna have to work out what button does what move. The B is the Musou one. Okay, so I'm going to put the controller back down now because I've had enough of that. It works, but clearly it needs a little bit more time, more customization perhaps. Make progress, we got more loot. That's good to see. That means we now have a reason to come back, as well as the daily login prize. We get loot. So I'm gonna leave it there if I'm honest. I think we've had a good nearly an hour with the game. Graphically it's great, controls great, story is a little too early to comment on just yet. But it works. It works really well. It's just that initial 4.5 GB install that really. It's like if this was going to be my Game of the Year award for mobile, it would have to have a big asterisk next to it. If I'm allowing these games in. But if I have to pick between this and Star Rail, I would actually pick this one. If I am allowing one of those games in the top 5, I would pick this one. The story is more cohesive. The gacha is basic, but at least it plays into the story. I feel like this does a much better job of putting us in the world right in the beginning. So yeah, Dynasty Warriors M. Pleasant surprise. And even though there are all those things we could buy, the game has, in this hour, not forced any of it on us. Which is also good. There have been no adverts as well. Another plus. So, again, it's just that initial install is such a pain. And it's an asterisk against this game, a but against this game that we just can't ignore. So I do recommend you get this game. But do all that install stuff before you head out. But please, I do recommend giving this a go. It's surprisingly fun. And if you do have it, let us know how deep it is. You can see this castle area, there's still a whole lot to unlock. There's a lot more to this game than we've yet to uncover. So, until the next Mobile Friday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists, or YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube. But with Ko-fi, we can get PayPal donations, and we have a couple of subscription tiers as well. But wherever, whenever I see you again, please take care.